And a warm welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Melinda Kinlami. Coming up on the program, Cameroonian refugees in Cross River State cry out over their terrible living conditions. Civil society groups continue to canvass against illegal migration. An Abuja community school in River State gets a facelift 37 years after it was constructed. We begin with some politics. Members of the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressive Grand Alliance staged a walkout during plenary at the House of Representatives today, creating a rowdy atmosphere. Their protest is against the refusal of the Speaker, Honorable Yakubu Dogara, to declare vacant the seat of the member representing Mbise Federal Constituency following his defection to the All Progressives Congress, APC. They questioned the decision of the Speaker to support Honorable Nnanda Ibokwe's defection from the PDP, the platform he was elected, and allow him to retain his seat. Honorable Ibokwe had announced through a letter read by the Speaker that he was leaving the umbrella party, the PDP. Meanwhile, Nigeria's upper legislative chamber says it cannot complete work on the 2018 budget in January as requested by the executive. At the resumption of the legislative proceedings today, the senators complained that the 2018 budget proposal is filled with inaccuracies, budget padding and inconsistencies. The lawmakers add that the president's economic team failed to ensure the proper implementation of the 2017 budget. The Senate had suspended plenary for 2 weeks to allow its committees organize budget defense sessions with MDAs. But lawmakers sitting on those committees have raised concerns that the defense sessions held in the last 2 weeks show that the MDAs are not ready to defend their budget. And our correspondent Larry Lasisi is standing by to tell us what exactly happened at the House of Representatives today. Larry.
Hello, Melinda. Well, just as you stated, a walkout, rowdy session, and a walk back into chamber. Lawmakers of opposition parties in the House of Representatives felt really bad that Honorable Ibokwe was allowed to still be part of the House, according to them, following Section 68(1)(g) of the 1999 Constitution as amended. His seat should be declared vacant. A position the House Speaker, he didn't see it along that line and said that cannot hold. And in anger, the lawmakers, the opposition lawmakers, walked out. But after speaking to the press, where they stated their position that they were not satisfied with the position and the ruling of the Speaker, they did go back into the chamber to continue with plenary.
Thank you so much, Larry. Correspondent Larry Lasisi bringing us live updates from our Abuja studios. To other stories now, Cameroonian refugees camped in Cross River State are appealing to the federal government and the United Nations to address the issue of starvation and inadequate camps in Obanliku local government area. The refugees, who have been taking shelter for the past 2 months in Nigeria, say only 6,000 of them have been documented out of 8,000 camped in Amana community. For over 2 months, refugees from southern Cameroon have been taking refuge in Obanliku local government area of Cross River State. Amana community is the only place these men, women and children can call home following the ongoing crisis in their region. They are scattered around Amana and other neighboring communities as no camps have been created for them. To make matters worse, food and water remain scarce commodities for the refugees who now beg to survive.
The people as will enter the day we find, but not hungry. The worry we then has. The worry we do.
But residents in the host community are worried about security in the area.
I can imagine how people will be driven away from their country into another man's country, and they're just there with no direction and nowhere to go, no food, no water, no shelter. I can just imagine, how and what they are passing through. So it's really unfortunate.
At the General Hospital a few minutes away, some of the refugees who took ill are being treated and are asking the government to come to their aid.
The UN is still owing the hospital enough money, so they are short of drug to give us. Some of us now, just stranded with no medicine, we are feeling pains. So I am pleading to the UN to see about the matter, to satisfy the Nigerian people which are helping us.
It's a very big medical problem because some are ulcer patients, and for an ulcer patient to stay without food makes a bad matter worse and can make the ulcer to start bleeding. And for post-operative patients to stay without food, the drugs need the food to work well even. So it's important that they eat well and take their medicine.
But some believe that the southern Cameroonian issue should be dealt with, and quickly too, to avoid a major disaster.
If we allow this to continue to boil, we don't know where it will go, because the security implication is there. The fact that Nigerians is being receptive may not last for that too long, because when the resources available is overstretched, all level of desperation that could come in, criminal tendencies and all that. So the time to act is now, and we have to act very fastly.
With thousands of refugees finding their way on a daily basis to this community, the residents of Obanliku are asking the United Nations and all others concerned to find a lasting solution to the situation in southern Cameroon. Civil society activists in the Niger Delta region have staged a rally in Benin City, the Edo State capital, to call for stiffer punishment for those involved in human trafficking. The activists went to the State House of Assembly to ask the lawmakers to quickly pass the anti-human trafficking bill before it.
Civil society activists in the Niger Delta area raising their voices against human trafficking at a rally to mark the 2017 International Day for Migration in Benin City, the Edo State capital. The activists drawn from the 9 states of the Niger Delta area are at the Edo State House of Assembly complex to urge the state legislators to play more active roles in ensuring that human trafficking for whatever purpose remains unattractive.
We want good governance. That is what we are here to tell them. And the House of Assembly is a lawmaking arm of government. So we want them to give accelerated hearing to the bill before them, so that the punishment that ought to be for traffickers should be enforced.
We want the government to have a awareness campaign in the rural areas to support the traditional rulers to take charge in creating awareness in their domain, and to strengthen the traditional mediation system so that they can say it to the community there and tell them the way it is.
Also actively involved in this rally against human trafficking are some victims who were recently deported back to Nigeria from Libya.
I'm begging the government, please, if you want us to stop going, if you want us to stop crying, if you want to stop weeping, you just have to support us. Even if you want to support us, you just have to show us the evidence, because supporting us without the evidence is nonsense. Support the people that do sit down there, they didn't even go pass through the difficult thing, and they're the ones enjoying it. We need it.
What I've experienced in Libya is not a thing that we're supposed to experience twice. I just like you all to stop all those traveling, because if you think I'm lying, maybe one day you will try it, then you see if you will survive or not.
While the awareness on human trafficking is currently on the increase, some of these deportees believe that a more robust social support and encouragement from the government will be more effective in curtailing illegal migration and human trafficking.
Coming up on the program, a community school in Rivers State gets a makeover 37 years after it was built. More details in a moment.